starts now.
The Boise State football team is in Arizona getting ready for the Fiesta Bowl, and so are we. Our Fiesta Bowl coverage starts right now. Sports director Paul Gerke and Roland Barris are live in Scottsdale with the latest. Hi, guys. A car crash had Meridian Road between Hubbard and Deer Flat closed down tonight. These two cars slammed into each other just after 6 p.m., sending 2 people to the hospital. 4 people were in the cars, but others were released at the scene. Police don't know the status of those 2 people sent to the hospital, and the cause of the crash is still under investigation. It was the tale of 2 counties, according to the United Way of Treasure Valley's Community Assessment 2014 report. The report highlights stark differences in the Gem State's 2 most populous counties, Ada and Canyon. Here's a quick snapshot. Ada County has more than double the residents of Canyon County. The median household income is more than 20% higher in Ada than Canyon. More than a quarter of Canyon County residents are uninsured, and obesity is a big problem in both counties, but is more than 20% higher in Canyon County. And one thing that really stuck out in that report was the section on poverty. Poverty rates tend to be highest for young people and lowest for the elderly. The 18 to 64 category in the report shows a large disparity between the 2 counties. Ada's poverty rate is at nearly 14%, just below the national average. Canyon County, however, has the poverty rate at nearly 25%. If you're ready to dispose of your Christmas tree, the city of Boise is making it easy for you. Just clear your tree of all decorations and chop it up into 4-foot sections. Then just take it out with your trash on your regular scheduled trash day. The city will come by and pick it up and turn it into mulch for you. If you live in Nampa, you can drop off your trees at Kohler Lawn Cemetery on North 6th Street. And the mulch made from those trees will be used throughout the Nampa Parks and Trails system. A reminder to drive safely around the new year. If your New Year's Eve plans include alcohol, line up a safe ride home first. State and local police are teaming up to bust drunk drivers and will have additional officers out on the roads. Extra police will be on patrol every night from now until New Year's Day. A state grant will help pay for the officers' overtime. A new development in Caldwell lands its anchor. Grocery Outlet will be the centerpiece of the new complex on Cleveland Boulevard near Ustick. The building is expected to be up and running sometime this summer. 2 new chain restaurants are expected to join the complex as well. The Canyon County Co-op is still months away from opening its doors, but excitement for the grocery store is already growing. The Idaho Press Tribune is reporting that they've already sold more than 100 memberships in the first few weeks of offering them. The co-op will be the 4th in Idaho and a 2nd in the Treasure Valley.
To keep the Canyon County money here in Canyon County is really a great thing for the economy and just the community.
Its developers have a summer opening planned next year in downtown Nampa. Employees at the Ram Brewery and Restaurant are getting ready to untap a new business opportunity. Starting next year, the Ram is giving its workers a chance to own part of the company through a stock plan. The chain says it is offering up a 30% stake in the restaurant, but the catch, you have to have worked at least 1,000 hours in the past year to qualify. Researchers at Washington State University are trying to find a more environmentally friendly way to de-ice roads. Each year, roughly 17 million tons of salt are applied to roadways in the United States. The research grant comes amid growing concerns about the impact of salt and chemical de-icers on the environment. And I'm sure you've noticed, but the price at the pump is the best we've seen in years. Gas prices are hovering around 5-year lows as the price of a barrel of oil continues to fall. Right now, here in Idaho, the average price of a gallon of gas is about $2.27 a gallon. Here in Boise, we are averaging about $2.23 a gallon. Costco, near the mall, has the cheapest gas right now. If you live in Twin Falls, you are feeling some serious relief at the pump. A slew of gas stations are reporting well below $2 a gallon. The national average for gas right now is hovering right around $2.30. Idaho's senior Senator Mike Crapo is getting ready for the start of the 114th Congress with a little more political clout. Crapo's power jumped to 22nd overall in the Senate. That's the highest of any Idaho senator in nearly 15 years. Tonight, we have an inspirational story of a man who turned his life around after it fell apart because of drug addiction. Dorian Willis was shot 21 times by Boise police Dorian himself admits that his life was out of control. He was addicted to meth and had been arrested dozens of times. In a desperate attempt to avoid police, a 3-hour standoff ended with him being shot multiple times in the arm, chest, leg, and back. He was in a coma for months. Today, Dorian is a new man. After a long road to recovery, he now has his sights set on gold. Tammy Scardino spoke with a Paralympian hopeful today and has more in this Positively Idaho report. In 1939, Hitler was invading Poland, The Wizard of Oz was in theaters, and gas was under 20 cents a gallon. But for one couple, they were just starting their life together. Melton and Letitia Thomas celebrated their 75th anniversary this afternoon. Family and friends gathered with the couple, sharing memories and pictures. After friends asked them if they ever needed marriage counseling, Melton shared their secret to a long and happy marriage.
You'd be faithful to each other in all things. And have your disagreements and get over them and go on.
Melton and Letitia have 3 kids, 5 grandchildren, and 6 great-grandchildren. Well, a few inches of snow dusted the valley last night. Is there more heading our way? Coming up after the break, we'll head over to the Weather Center and check in with meteorologist Adam Bierman for his complete On Your Side forecast. And a story of survival. An Alaskan man falls through a frozen lake near the North Pole in the dead of winter and lives to tell about it. Alaska Tough is still ahead. That was Aditi Roy reporting. Johnson also says his will to survive was especially strong because of his father, who died when he fell through the ice in the late 90s. Well, time now to switch gears to Bronco football, gearing up for the Fiesta Bowl in Arizona, where we have sports director Paul Gerke standing by live. Hi, Paul. All right, thank you, Paul. Get rolling some gloves. He looks cold out there. Here's a live look at Boise from the Ford Dealers Tower Cam. A final look at your weather is next. In tonight's Fox Fitness, a look back at the year that was in health. 2014 was full of major headlines, including the deadly Ebola crisis, the enterovirus scare, and political issues like medical marijuana and the Hobby Lobby birth control lawsuit. Paulo Sandoval has the story. Right now in America, an officer shot this weekend in Arizona has died. The suspect in the shooting is also dead. As John Erickson reports, the officer was looking for a suspect in a domestic violence incident. And that was John Erickson reporting. 5 people are dead and 3 are injured after a fire at a San Antonio area senior living facility. The fire started this morning around 6 a.m. Crews rushed to the scene and worked to get elderly residents out of the windows and down ladder trucks. The San Antonio fire chief says the building's construction made evacuation very difficult, and it's fortunate that more lives were not lost. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. A pregnant woman and her boyfriend escaped a house fire in Massachusetts by climbing onto the roof. Perry Russum explains how the couple found out about the flames. But a foggy drive home for us tonight.
Woo, foggy drive for anybody in the Treasure Valley. It's really thick out there, so give yourself extra time to get to where you need to go.
All right, be careful out there. Thank you so much, Adam. In Houston, strong winds turn a local garage into a pile of rubble, leaving a local business owner to pick up the pieces. Fox's Maria Corrales has the story. Tonight in entertainment news, a Hollywood update. The Interview expands its release, and singer Alicia Keys welcomes a new addition to her family. Mary Maloney has those stories and more in today's Hollywood Minute. Another Hollywood movie is causing controversy. This time, it's the biblical tale Exodus, Gods and Kings. The movie, which dramatizes a story from the Bible's book of Exodus, where a man named Moses leads the Jews out of Egypt, has been banned from that country. 21st Century Fox Incorporated, the company behind the film, has declined to give a reason for the ban. Movies that depict biblical figures have been prohibited before in the Muslim country. Morocco has also reportedly banned the film. Now moviegoers in Los Angeles are reacting to the news. Well, looking for a way to ring in the new year? How about right here on Fox? Musician Pitbull promises New Year's revolution will be even crazier than New Year's Eve in New York City. One of the most celebratory ways to bid adieu to the year is popping some bottles of bubbly. But with so many options to pick from, how can you be sure you're picking the right champagne? A bottle that not only will be enjoyed by you and your company, but will also pair well with the rest of your spread. Well, don't fret. Samantha Barnes of Moet Hennessy has some tips to pick the right champagne to complement your evening.
How about that?
Some cold overnight temperatures. Bundle up. We'll see you back here tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. Have a good night.